Hey, what's up, dingoes? This is Juan Dingo, and I'm just here with a short video to kind of show you guys how to really optimize your controls in GTA 5. And the reason I'm doing this video is because when you first start the game up and you go into first person mode for the first time, the way the controls are set up are really bad. It just feels like the camera is moving to the character's head because it has really sluggish aiming and movement, kind of like it does in third person. And I've heard a lot of people complaining, saying that that's the only thing they don't really like about GTA first person mode is just how bad the controls are. So I don't think they really know about how many options there are in the settings. So like right now, how I have mine is pretty equivalent to like a Call of Duty, how good their controls are. Like a lot of people are complaining about the dead zone, and there's actually a dead zone slider, so I'm just going to show you how I have mine set up, and maybe that'll help you guys. First you press start, and then from here you go into the settings tab and then go into controls. And the first thing I do is when you first start, it's like on the targeting mode is on assisted aim full. Just go left once and go to free aim. That means there's going to be no assist. I prefer this because the controls that it starts on, you really need auto aim, but how I'm going to show you to set it up, you really don't even need auto aim. You can do it all manually. So I go to free aim on that and then go all the way down. You can set up your third person stuff later, but I'm just going to show you how to do the first person stuff. Alright, so the first one is your first person control type. I would switch this over to standard FPS, and that's going to make your buttons more along the lines of a lot of other shooters like Call of Duty. So you're clicking in your right joystick, or your left joystick will run instead of like holding X. The next one is your first person look around sensitivity, which is your basic sensitivity. And I have this, how I have this is probably about high on Call of Duty, and if you play with it higher, it can go plenty higher. The next one is your first person aiming sensitivity. Personally, I like this a little bit low because I don't aim unless I'm really trying to fine tune a shot, and usually that's if the target's really far away. So I know a lot of people, you can ramp this up and have it all pretty much the same sensitivity as just looking around if you just want to like kind of move around in your aiming while you're aiming down the sights. Now this one is a really important one because I've heard a lot of people complaining about the really big dead zone on the place, especially the PlayStation 4. So what dead zone is it kind of cancels out the movement for the first like maybe eighth of an inch on your joystick when you're aiming. And the reason they even have this is because when say your controller gets old and the joystick starts to get loose, and the 64 controllers used to have this a lot, so the joystick used to get loose, so the camera would like rotate by itself when you're not even pressing it. So if that ever happens to you, you can move this up to where it doesn't move by itself. But if you have a good controller and it doesn't move by itself, you can turn this all the way down. And this is what makes a huge difference in this game, because when you first start, it's all the way up and you really have to like move your joystick almost all the way just to get to barely move. So this slider alone is going to help you guys out a ton. Alright, so first person aim look acceleration, you want this all the way ramped up at all times. So you want, because when you first start, it's really low, and that's going to create like kind of a huge delay in when you're looking. I don't even know why this is an option, like who would want their aiming to be super delayed, but have the look acceleration ramped up at all times, and then kind of use this up here, the normal look around sensitivity, to kind of adjust the speed of the camera. Because if you have this down, then it's the weird controls where you At first, when you're moving it, it starts off slow and then gradually goes really fast, which I hate. I like it to be the same speed at all times. So if you have this all the way up and just adjust your look sensitivity, you'll be fine. So first person auto level camera, I just have that on. First person. So this right here, so a lot of games on like the last gen consoles had a really low field of view because the hardware was, you know, outdated, so it couldn't have that much things on screen at the same time. But that's why you would always see this slider on PCs, because it could handle more. But this is, if you kind of like that kind of zoomed in look, which I hate, you can turn this all the way down. Watch, you'll see I'll go out and then you'll see the screen kind of change. See how it's zoomed in? That's your field of view. So the less you have on your field of view, the less you see on kind of like the edges of the screen. And since we're talking about controls, you want to have your field of view all the way up, because that's going to actually help your the feeling of like responsiveness on your controls. But yeah, that's about it for just your controls and stuff. Everything else is just like other stuff. But yeah, if you have the settings like I have them, then it'll make a pretty huge difference. It's like night and day, because when I first got the game, I was like, this is just horrible. I don't even want to play in first person because of it. But when I adjusted it and kind of messed around with everything, I'm enjoying the game a lot more. I never switch out to first person view like I was doing. I'll try to... Oh, back roll, sucker. But yeah, that's about it. I hope this helped you guys out, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.